Fellow tennis nerds, I hope you're well. I'm here with Adam. You know him from previous reviews and videos. What we usually do when we meet up is play tennis, maybe have a beer, but also like to talk about rackets. And today I have put him through the ropes of testing a lot of rackets. I've also tried something that he brought, which we'll mention. How was the testing session in general for you?
It was a lot of fun. We tried so many different varieties of rackets, as we always do, but a lot of new, interesting stuff here, especially the Wilsons.
Yep.
But, you know, we tried a lot of interesting new brands, so it was interesting to see Diadem, you know, come out with their new stick. So that was a lot of fun to use, the different variety of rackets and balls too. So
yeah, we tried the Jannik's balls today. I've tried them before. This is the Tour Platinum. Very good ball, I must say. Like pretty lively at first, like most balls, but fluffed up. It's holding up. We played 2 hours now. It's still going. Right?
Consistent throughout and really predictable bounces. So yeah, that was a success.
It was a good one for sure. So if we start here, this is speed, but it's a Pro Stock speed. It's the Jannik Sinner mold with the shared holes. You can't maybe see it from there, but you will see close-ups. In the new cosmetic, which Jannik has for some reason completely discarded, he doesn't want to play with the new one. Sometimes it's superstition, sometimes something changed with the decals in the layup, or something he feels is different. Could be in the head, could be actually physical. Anyway, it looks, I think, great because like a dark blue, if you see it in the sun, it's absolutely stellar. This mold, in my opinion, has a bit more power. This is not his personal racket, sadly. It's another Pro's, so it has weight up here. So the swing weight is 345, which is more what you used to play.
Yep.
But you're trying to play a bit lighter these days, more like 330 plus a little bit. How did this play to you when you had it?
I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was a little stiffer than I would have liked, but it was enough heft to be very comfortable on the arm. So from both sides, I was able to hit big shots. I didn't think the sweet spot was that large,
no,
but when you hit it pure, it's got a great sound and it packs a real punch, and you know, it's got a good feel even if you don't hit it around, you know, the sweet spot. But good racket. I think it can do, it's a very versatile racket.
Yep.
So a lot of players would like it. It's this one of course is on the heavier side, but something special about this mold. So yeah, I can understand why, you know, Jannik may, you know, still stick with this at a very high tension. It makes sense to me now why he plays with such a high tension.
Yeah, with the round string as well, the Hawk Touch. This is the Vamos shaped six-sided, but I would say like you have to play with this. Also, leather grip is not always my thing. You used to play with that, but on a 4 it feels quite good. I'm a 3 guy, like grip 3, but on a 4 the leather is not bad.
That grip felt amazing.
For you, I would say like 4 with head calfskin leather is it's not a bad shout, right?
Yeah.
So a lot more power than you think. A little bit firmer than the newer speeds. Highbore is more back to this, but if you go like the 339s generally, definitely more power than you expect. Jannik plays much lighter, as you might know, 296 swing weight. Not so much weight here, not a leather grip, but obviously with his technique is very different. It's the way he kind of contacts the ball. I feel like it's gonna play better with like less weight up here though. I feel like a 332, 330 swing weight strung should make this a bit more easier to maneuver, because at some points, like maybe also with the leather, it felt like a little bit harsh outside the sweet spot, and it didn't come through quite as quick as you want a speed.
I would have liked it to be a little whippier.
Yeah,
but that's a small remark.
Yeah, but overall, like I understand why it's popular. Like that's what you would say. I mean, it's not only Jannik. There's a bunch of other pros. Obviously, maybe trying it because of Jannik. I don't know, but it's a good mold. Obviously, 22 millimeter compared to this speed, which is the current mold, 339, which is the Highbore layup here. So it's a little bit thinner, and I kind of like that. I think I prefer a little bit thinner just for the more aerodynamic.
I would too.
Vibe, but but it's good. It's just a variation of the speed, I would say. But I still would prefer probably to play with the current Legend Highbore, partly because of the looks, but also partly because it's like easier to play. Yeah. Always fun to try pro player frames. Then you tried Lerner Tien's racket. I've already reviewed this on the channel. Keen to hear your opinions. Like, what was your first, just a visual impression of this racket?
Yeah, so visually it looks chunky. It looks like it would be a typical 100 racket that you would just stock 100 across the board, just decent power, decent spin, but it actually played really surprisingly comfortable.
Yeah.
And not as spinny as I expected, but I got the super easy depth.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like kind of how Lerner Tien plays, right? Just
Yep.
very easy, relaxed, and finds the the baseline on a lot of his shots.
Yeah,
And that's
he's a crazy mover, that guy as well.
it's side to side. It's amazing to watch. So I actually really enjoyed playing with it, just kind of visualizing the way he plays. And I didn't get as much spin as I expected.
No, when you see it's a 98, of course, but it's a chunky 98. So like you said, visually you're like, this is 100, but it's not. It's actually a 98.
Right.
So but it plays with decent control, has some lift to it, but you can flatten out your shots, which I think for him is important because he sometimes really rips. Like he plays like you patiently, but then when he needs to, he can really rip it.
Yeah, and he can get the flat and slight side spin on it, and I was
Yeah.
finding that with this today, and it was a lot of fun to use. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, which surprised me.
And it does make sense for him to have a bunch of weight on the sides, because when I played it stock, it wasn't as easy on the like shots when you a little bit off center. This one goes through a bit more, give you more power.
But the lid felt great on this one.
Yeah, good stick, pretty whippy as well for what it is. Well done on testing that one. I think you like that. You enjoyed playing with that. And then we can quickly mention, we have a review that you might have seen by the time this is out. But if you haven't seen it, well, let's tease you to see it. So of the P rackets, you had 100 strung with Vamos and one with their new prototype string. Which one was your favorite and why?
My favorite was the 100, and the reason is it was just more fun. It was more fun, more forgiving, crazy spin, probably because of the Vamos.
Yeah, the string
Vamos
is a bit bitey. Yeah.
But also it had a little bit of lead, which helps and enhances both of these rackets, but especially the 100. I'd like to see a little heavier swing weight on both of these.
Yeah.
Really good, really fun. A lot of players from different ranges will like one or the other, or with customization, something in between. I think there's a lot to be unlocked with both of these, so very fun, and yeah, looking forward to the actual release.
Yeah, should be out in a few weeks, and they won't look like this. This is the prototype cosmetic. If you like black, then you might not love the new one, but I think it looks great in person, and a review of the actual cosmetic, retail cosmetic, is coming as well soon. So, but yeah, lots to like. 98 is quite clearly a more advanced player racket, smaller sweet spot, probably in need of a little bit of mass. As you see, if you go around the US colleges, which I did in Feb and March, you see tons of players with this one, from blades to that, and then they bump up the weight quite a lot because the swing weights are a little bit low stock and they feel like they want a bit more plow through. So it makes a lot of sense. But the 100 for most of you, I think, for me and Adam probably, and most of you, I would recommend. I think the 98 is going to be D1 Pro kind of stuff.
Probably.
Yeah, most likely. That's the feeling. All right, and we tried a new racket that is coming out on the 29th. Probably this is not out before that, but first time hitting with this. I'm lying. It's the second time. I hit it in Florida briefly, and it's something that in many ways looks and plays like a blade, but has a 1620 pattern. And a nice green cosmetic. Cosmetic looks pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, it's quite vintage. It's got the British racing green with
the racing green, yes.
And it's got a nice metallic shine. Yeah, good looking racket. It's a good feeling stick. It needs something. I don't know what it is.
Yep.
It may need some weight, may need different strings, but
yeah, maybe a round string or maybe a lower tension, something.
Maybe, but it looks and feels really good.
Yeah.
The results, I had to put a lot into the shots
Yeah.
without getting the results that I wanted compared to all these power sticks today.
Yeah, so this was obviously the control stick, which will have its full review, but it is a control stick, and you notice, like with the way the game is going, like, and the way I think if you're aging and if you need generally more help, you're right. Like, so this one is for you guys who can ball, right?
Yeah,
it's like it's gonna require you to hit a sweet spot, but the feeling and the comfort, very good. I think it's the best elevate yet. Some of them were a bit too muted. This one is a bit less muted, I feel like.
Yeah, and the grip shape feels really good too. So
grip shape feels great.
the item's done a good job.
Yeah.
And the racket itself reminds me of the Quickma that Monfils endorses.
Yeah, exactly, which has a very good feel. Like it just might. This happens sometimes when you do video. It just has like a nice feel. You might want to bump up maybe swing weight a little bit. This was still 299 unstrung, so pretty decent.
Yeah.
Depends on the player. Like if you're a flat hitter, I think you really like this because it's a lot of control.
Yeah, yep.
If you want to spin the ball, yeah, you're gonna have to work a bit harder and get really under the ball all the time, right? But that's just it's a racket, many ways similar to this, like where you have to put in the work, right? So this is the new blade. They are both green. This one is racing green. This one is shocking green, or whatever you want to call this. But it's both nice looking rackets, but many similarities. Like you need to be a player.
Yeah, you have to be in shape, and you have to have your timing dialed in with both, I believe. So
yeah, when you're testing rackets like this, obviously it's gonna be a little bit like a shock to the system, going from 100 with a lot of spin to a 98, 60, 19 with like less spin and less forgiveness.
Right, but I'm glad rackets like these still exist and they're still coming out. So it's exciting to see.
Yeah, so full review to come about that one. Check that out. And yeah, if you're a control player, I think you'll enjoy it. And we'll also try the Axis 98 with the Svitolina cosmetic that I have at home that I haven't had time to string.
Adam, you have tried now, alongside myself, the Extreme Pro and today the Extreme MP. And I remember you not being a huge fan of the 2024 editions when we played with those some time back. This was a different story.
Yeah, so I've tried a couple of generations. Last generation, I think we both agreed that it wasn't for us. It didn't feel comfortable or powerful, and this is the opposite, is comfortable and powerful. So this is the MP, and I would say it's just one of the easiest rackets to just pick up and hit any shot with it. It's got, I don't know what the flex is, but it's very comfortable and it's got really good pocketing and bend to the frame, and it just felt really, really comfortable, and it gave you confidence to swing, either if you want to hit it loopy or flat. I was getting both with this one, so huge upgrade, I think, from the Extreme, and it doesn't look horrible in person.
No, so we've seen some comments on YouTube. If you would go and pick one of the Pro, which is more controlled, 98, and the 100 square inch MP, what would you personally go for?
I was more surprised at the MP. It was really, for 100, it really surprised me how, whippy it was and comfortable. I would still probably go with the Pro and try to add some weight and get it customized, but they played really good in stock form.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of other rackets that I've been trying nowadays. This is good, just as is.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did a great job. The shape isn't too unusual. The Extremes have had odd shaped heads in the past, but this one, nothing unusual about it. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So you agree with the verdict from myself and Hendrik. We really like these. I think it's the best Extreme. Great frame. Happy you like it. And I think a lot of people will like it. It's one of the rackets that is the most easy to like, I would say.
Yeah, well done, head. Yeah.
Then you tried the Blade Pro 100. How was that?
Pro 100 was actually surprising at first. I couldn't click with it at all. It was a very different kind of racket that I've ever used. Then I put a little lead at 12 and it unlocked a little more spin potential for me. At first the balls were going very flat and almost knuckly.
Yeah.
And I felt all the vibrations in the racket, so the lead actually helped the comfort level, in my personal opinion. But good racket is almost asks you to keep your strokes as simple as possible.
Yeah, kind of flat and through, like you said. Like WTA players love it for a reason.
I see why now.
Yeah.
But a good racket, I would really, this one you have to get used to, for sure. But a cool one.
All right, Adam. So we have now tested the Extreme Mystery Pro stock. The history is that it's made for a high-ranking pro player, right? So it probably could be a PT layup, which is, made in Kettlebach. We have to figure that out. Working on it with our racket detectives. So we'll get back to you on that. But overall, fun to test the Mystery Pro stocks.
Definitely.
That feels very plush, but also kind of lively in a way. Feelings?
Feelings are good. It's like, for as thick as it is, and you look at how thick this beam is, it's very flexible. It does narrow down here at the throat, so I'm sure that has something to do with it. But there's some interesting layup here in this racket where it's like kind of nice feeling, like really nice. Like I don't think you can pick anything off the rack nowadays and get a feel quite like this much, just loud power and comfort. So yeah, it was a good test. It's too much to wield. It's a lot.
Pretty heavy as well, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the swing weight is, but I think right now the static weight's 344 without any customization. So pretty high, but it doesn't feel like it.
No.
It doesn't feel like it, so
Feels like it's more weight in the handle probably than it's
probably.
in the,
Yeah, there may be silicone, I haven't even checked, but yeah. Very
I can
nice.
measure it on the meter
Yeah,
genius.
that'd be good. But it's very fun. I'm sure it would be a lot of fun for doubles. This comes to mind just like chopping around a doubles court, and but yeah, it's a good racket.
Yeah, I really like it too. I think it has like really nice feel, easy power. It might be it might be string tension and string sensitive, because like it's kind of difficult sometimes, and that could be the spec, like to whip it. Like we both struggled on like sitter balls more
Yeah,
than we probably should.
Yeah.
But when you're at the baseline, you're grinding, you know, on like clay courts rally against someone, then this racket is delivering for sure.
For sure, it would be good on clay, definitely.
This one we both liked, and it's mainly the string we're testing, because this racket I've reviewed before. Maybe you've also tried it before. It's a T-Fight 300, so it's the 100 square inch T-Fight, a bit like a Speed, and with the new string, Razor Spin, 4-sided, has some additives in it to make it softer. What do you think?
Well, first of all, it felt really good, this racket. This is the first time I picked up this racket. I've been using the TF40 for about a year now, and this is a completely different type of racket, but I enjoyed it. Just to pick it up, and with the string was super easy to use. I mean, I barely had to have any backswing or legs, and I was getting instant power and really good grip with these strings. What I noticed when you were playing with it and when I was playing with it, it's almost like clicky. That means the strings are just grabbing the ball and
Snapping back.
Snapping back, yeah. And it felt really good. It felt especially good on the backhand. I don't know if it's just the racket or whatever, but it felt, if you have a very simple backhand where you want to just kind of push but give it a little spin, it's perfect. So I clicked with this one.
Yeah, I've heard it's not the most durable, but like if you keep up on your restringing, I mean, 4-sided strings will wear off a bit, like the sides will become more rounded, and probably like the snapback and the magic of the string, the bite will diminish. However, if you're a player that play, pretty high level, and you have a stringing machine, or you actually prefer playing with fresh strings, which we always recommend, then this combo is great. Like, and this string is excellent.
Could be really interesting on a lot of different rackets too.
Yeah.
Not just this one. So
Exactly.
yeah, this was a good surprise for me.
Cool. Some interesting frames. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day. And what should you not forget?
Don't forget to play some tennis.